In episode number 279 of the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, we cover Shazam's theatrical release.
We also have the latest on who is taking over the Flashpoint Director, and talks are happening.
And our comic book highlight this week is Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles #1.
All of this and so much more on today's show.
Hello and welcome to the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, bringing you the reasons we're broke, ranging from comics, movies, TV, video games, and so much more. I am Emperor Kelli.
And I am Darth Vaydaniel.
And we have a very special guest host this week, our adorable son Leo, who does not have a babysitter tonight.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting episode. It's going to be a first for sure. Although he did show up in the second half of another episode, and about 5 episodes ago, you can hear him in the background a little bit. I don't know if you remember. I don't even know if we mentioned it to guests, or to listeners, but this time it's going to be probably more obvious because he has to sit there with you for about a little over an hour, so we'll see how this goes. So
he's staring at you right now in awe. I just realized he's never been in this room of our house either.
He's probably even seeing it he's hearing it as he did in your stomach,
yes.
In the womb, and now he's having like these Vietnam flashbacks of what the hell is going on? I remember this. I'm living a double life.
This happened before.
So you might hear him speak out. You might hear him cry even. I don't know. We're going to do our best to do this week's episode, but it had to happen, We're moving forward. We're also going to start recording on New Comic Book Day. Mm-hmm. That's just based on our shift in schedules. Your maternity leave ending very soon.
It's over. Don't remind me. Like I mentioned last episode, I'm sad. I have a lot to do still, getting ready for it all, and it's just, not fun.
The upside is that our Patreon backers may get it a day early than usual. So normally they get it Saturdays or Fridays and occasionally Thursday night. But now if I get it edited earlier on Wednesday nights or on Thursday mornings, I can have it out that much sooner for everyone that backs us on Patreon for $1 or more. So that's good news out of this shifting, working.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, lots of cramming, that's definitely sure. But as you reassured them last week, the show is continuing,
yes.
So we're still doing it. And we're here we go. Let's get it started. So anyone new to the show, the way we formatted, this is our news moving forward, where we cover all of the news that happened throughout the week. And then we move into our Patreon shout-outs of the week, and finally our comic book highlight. And that's how we'll top off and end the show.
Before we get started with all that, though, I like to talk about my week. I like to tell you what I've watched during my maternity leave. I just binged all of This Is Us. I was very sad that was over. And so I took your advice and started watching documentaries.
Nice.
I saw the Bill Finger documentary today.
And what'd you think?
On Hulu. I really enjoyed it. They set it up very well. There's a lot of information on there that I had never known. And by the end of it, I'm like, curse you, Bob Kane. You terrible man.
To anyone somehow not familiar with who Bill Finger was, give him a brief summary on what he did for Batman.
So he was a co-creator of Batman, pretty much created the whole damn thing. Like, let's be real. And then Bob Kane came up to him and said, hey, I'm going to go turn this in and I'll just give you a portion of the money. That's fine. And at the end of his life, Bill Finger died alone with no money because Bob Kane didn't do shit. And Bob Kane, they really paint him out to be a bad guy.
Oh yeah,
this
they
whole
really
thing.
did.
They're like, and then he hired this person who created this, and he just took all the credit for it and didn't give them anything. And I'm like, oh shit.
It's a lot like the Stan Lee Jack Kirby relationship, although much worse. This is probably like twice as bad.
It's really bad. So this guy spent 10 years trying to find out all he could about Bill Finger and actually hunted down his granddaughter and, worked really hard to make sure that he was able to get his name, like you see in Batman v Superman, was the first time it showed up where it said created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane, which was wonderful. So it was, as a comic book lover, as a Batman lover, it was very informative, very well put together, and overall I thought it was great.
And a few years back, we had back the Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign. I can't remember which one it was. It was almost 5 years ago now, where it was the Ty Templeton hardcover, and it was with the same director who actually wrote this bit of the book and wrote the book, and it was all a kid's hardcover of the story of Bill Finger. It has illustrations of what Batman would look like without Bill Finger.
Oh, it was bad.
And that got circulated quite a bit, but now he actually got to make a full documentary with even more information, with Batman Day, with Batman v Superman, all worked into the documentary, and that is, as you said, up on Hulu right now.
And this guy was great. He would go to conventions and find people dressed as Batman, and he'd be like, oh, what's Batman's real name? Oh, Bruce Wayne. Like, the people were real cocky. They knew all this stuff, and he's like, and who's Bill Finger? And they're like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick about it, wasn't he?
He was. He was passing out. He's like, I got free Batman shirts. Who wants them? And people were like, yeah, me. And it just said, like, Bill Finger on them or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then they were like, oh, thanks.
He got him in an ugly yellow, too.
Yeah,
So
he did.
that's when I would be like, nah, you keep that Batman shirt. But if you haven't seen the documentary, if you don't know the story, it's a really great watch. Definitely worth the hour and a half.
And that was the Kelli news portion of the show.
Can I do my own? Can I do my own intro for myself?
Sure.
Do 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 do.
That sounds like a trance song for a minute there.
Speaking of which, the lead singer of the Cranberries died this week.
No shit,
Yeah,
I did not know
40.
that.
Oh, how could you not know that?
I
She
did
sang
not know.
Zombie.
Yes.
46 years old. They don't know what happened. They just found her in a hotel room. This was like 2 days ago. Where have you been?
Usually that's drug related when they say it's unknown.
Probably.
Usually, but who knows? And the other thing is they don't want to come out and confirm it because they have to do a full inspection of the, what do they call autopsy before they can actually come out and say this was
body
definitely
inspection.
She's dead, Kelli. It's a dead person.
Never mind. Anyway, continue on.
This week, there's a Twitch streamer by the name of @Yugi's Pokemon on Twitter, and his channel is actually twitch.tv/Yugi's Pokemon 420, but he started listening to the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, and this all happened because I tagged him, along with other big Pokemon card Twitter accounts, on Twitter with our latest Pokemon grabs. So normally when we get a new Pokemon card or a new TCG single, I have my list of people that I will tag for these cards. And it's always cool to show it off to them because they're always showing off other cards. They're also retweeting and favoriting and commenting. And when he saw who it was, and I think he, after so many times of being tagged with the Pokemon finds, he finally checked out our profile and checked out the podcast. Well, not only that, but as he's streaming, he started episode number 1.
Oh, no.
And played it on the show on his stream.
Oh, no.
And as of today, he was up to episode 60, which was Batfleck.
Oh.
So he has gone through 1 through 60. He wants Mumble Nini back, by the way. So
I'm trying to get a hold of her agent. She's a difficult woman to track down.
I do think you should do Mumble Nini for the Bill Finger documentary, at the very least, or for Exit Stage Left.
Oh.
Something that is still fresh on your mind.
Listen, I'll try and get in touch with their agent. We'll see.
All right, next week it sounds like.
We'll see what they say.
So he went through it, and as I mentioned, he is on his stream. He's doing shiny hunting. He's trying to do different kinds of hunts on the games. And in the meantime, he has the show playing on the stream, so I was like taken aback. One, because I'm like, shit, he started off with the worst episodes and he's streaming it out to people. But as I told him, like, hey, they tell us they get better over time, so there you go. And, you know, he was tweeting like, hey, I just got to the bit with Broquettes, and hey, Mumble Nini came back. And so it's really cool. Like, it's partly like, because I know the show has progressed a little bit since then, since like episode number 1. And it's all thanks to our Patreon Broquettes, thanks to our feedback, thanks to the guests that we've had on. And then, of course, thanks to you as well for supporting me throughout. But it's just really bizarre hearing like the older episodes, but he's still enjoying them.
I was walking through the living room at the time, and I was like, that kind of sounds like me, but really dull.
Me too. That's why I was like, and this book, yeah, it was good. It was excellent.
Nice. We sound like a talk show radio or whatever. Did I ever tell you I found a shiny once in my game?
Was it the red Gyarados?
No, it was not.
That's the only one I've ever gotten, so I'm convinced people are hacking shinies because I've never ran into one.
I did. I found it years ago in silver, and it was a Noctowl. Maybe I dreamed it. I was pretty sure it was a Noctowl because it came out and it had like like it showed a little shiny thing. Yeah. Is that what happens when they show up? Oh shit, then yeah, I found one. And I was like, the fuck is that? And I killed it. So, I didn't get I didn't know till years later what a shiny was. It just like was a little bit shiny, and I'm like, yeah, that's weird. So that's my shiny story.
That's the only shiny you've ever...
Only shiny. I mean, except for Red Gyarados.
Right. That's 100% more than all most shinies that I fucking ran into. I'm convinced they don't exist.
No, but I found one and I killed it. I was just like, fuck it.
Well, they don't exist for me ever. I'm never going to come across one. But
you say that.
But thank you again, Yugi's Pokemon. His Twitch channel, again, is twitch.tv/Yugi's Pokemon 420. And if you want to catch up on his videos, you can also watch the progression, his stroll through Broket, the Reasons I'm Broke podcast history, as he goes on for shiny hunting. Last time I checked, he was trying to get Totodile. So best of luck. Get that shiny Totodile, the best starter in Gold and Silver.
Oof, I was just happy if I got a female starter. So... But continuing on with our news, straight from Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern film, Sinestro himself, Mark Strong, recently spoke about his future in the DCEU.
What a fucking good Sinestro Mark Strong was. Even people that didn't like Green Lantern say, well, he was the best part of it, though. Sinestro was amazing.
He was the only part of it that we cared about, so definitely.
Pretty much. He was the best end credit scene. And he did an amazing job as Sinestro. Would have loved to have seen more scenes with him.
Like that big ass forehead.
Yeah, they didn't go for handsome Sinestro.
Yeah, he was still handsome, please. Calm down.
All right, I guess so. But it wasn't true to the comics right now, Sinestro, where it's a normal head.
That's a very handsome
slick back hair.
Galaxy pants.
Galaxy pants.
I can see the stars in your pants, Sinestro.
But a quote here from Mark Strong, who said, quote, "I'm playing an evil bastard called Dr. Sivana.
Who?
They are always the best characters to play, the most fun. I was Sinestro in Green Lantern, which I thought was a rather good film, but it didn't do what they wanted, so I feel like I've got unfinished business in the DC world. I played a pretty evil character in that, and he was meant to get even worse in the second one, but that never happened. But I think I'm going to get the chance to do that in Shazam. I hope so. I've been training like a madman. I'm about to go over and see the stunt guys. I've been trying all of these harnesses on and think I'm going to do lots of flying around and firing electricity out of my hands." End quote.
Dr. Sivana is weird-ass looking. I just looked him up. He's weird looking.
It'll be DCEU, Dr. Sivana. It'll probably be more modernized, and it's Mark Strong.
He looks like Lex Luthor. I'm just
and
saying.
Mark Strong kind of looks like Lex Luthor. He kind of looks like Grant Morrison, actually.
Who? I've never seen Grant Morrison.
Mark Strong looks like Lex Luthor, who also looks like Grant Morrison there. Now you know what Mark Strong looks like.
And Grant Morrison. Well, I'm excited. It's great to have him back on in a film. Like we said, he was great at Sinestro. Obviously, he's a great villain. Maybe they'll make him more handsome in this, too. Like, he was handsome as Sinestro. Let's make him Sivana, whatever.
Handsome Sivana. Name of the episode.
Handsome Sivana. Done. So Warner Brothers has confirmed a theatrical release date for Shazam, April 5th, 2019, according to Deadline.
So that's the other Shazam news there.
Cannot get here soon enough.
We've been asking for it. If you go, actually, Yugi's Pokemon has been going through the old episodes, and he's going to come across one. But we're like, where's the Shazam movie? And they finally announced it. So this is going to be great. Well, next year is going to be awesome.
I mean, of course we knew it was coming out because you and Jeff Johns are best friends.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We're following each other on Twitter. No big deal. No big deal.
We just follow each other. We're just,
Yep, Jeff and I.
Yeah. Dan and Jeff. Are you just like D and J? Is that you just even shorten it even more?
G.
I mean D and G.
See, you're not following him, and he's not following you.
I'm clearly not.
We might even start a second podcast, just Dan and Jeff.
I just learned the other day that I need to follow people who follow me. For the most part, I didn't know that was a thing. So, like, we had longtime brokettes, and I was like, "Oh shit, I should probably follow them."
That'd be nice.
So, guys, I'm bad with the Twitter and the tweets. I'm sorry. I don't have time in my day.
And that's weird because you're younger than me, so you're supposed to be more upon Twitter
I'm not that much. You talk like I'm decades younger than you.
You were born in the 90s. I was born in the 80s.
Okay,
let's leave it at that.
You were barely born in the 80s, and I was barely born in the 90s. There's.
I said let's leave it at that.
There's a 2-year difference between us. That doesn't mean that I'm more tech savvy.
You'll get Twitter. You'll keep tweeting at her, and she'll check it more often, and she'll get more familiar.
You keep telling them
Twitter.
I check it more often, and I don't.
Well, you should. Check your Twitter. I'm going to tell you every day. Check your Twitter.
I appreciate the baby farts we just had on the program for anybody who...
The bonus content.
He's very proud of himself right now.
He's feeling better. Everyone feels better after a fart. So next bit of news, and continuing on the DC side. So we've got a little bit of crossing here between the background writers of Marvel and now DC, but Spider-Man Homecoming writers Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly are in talks to direct the Flashpoint movie, according to Variety.
Ooh, I don't really know who they are. I mean, I saw Spider-Man Homecoming. It was okay.
People seem to like it, even though it is very different than the other Spider-Man movies. It is very different than the Spider-Man comic book, but because it's Marvel, it's okay, and people like it, and it's fine.
So the position was previously offered to Ben Affleck, who declined because he's done being Batman. He's done with DC. That's the end. It's over.
He's mad, and he's never going to end.
And he's leaving.
He's sick of it all. Right now, Flashpoint is set to release in 2020. Ben Affleck was probably offered the Flashpoint movie after he passed on the Batman solo film. So, if anything, I know people are taking this as he's definitely leaving. It's like, well, how come you're not taking this as, look, they're offering him other things in the future of the DC universe, so maybe he's not leaving. Maybe he's not finished with the DCEU.
He just doesn't want to direct it. Calm down, guys.
That's all it is,
That's
literally.
all
That
it
is
And
everything.
here's the thing. If he directed it and people didn't like him, they would crucify him 25,000 times more than anybody else.
It's one of those things where I would almost, and I've been seeing this on Twitter too, where they're like, I don't blame them. I don't blame him even for not coming back to the DCU if that's really his plan, because as you mentioned, there is way more at risk and less to reward or to gain from by making one of these movies, because there is, and I know people like to say there's not a bias against the DC movies. It is certainly an uphill battle, and that is definitely bullshit. So the risk is much higher on putting out one of these movies because people are out to criticize them because they are, quote unquote, behind the race, because they are coming up behind Marvel on building their universe, and people are looking at that way more harder or harsher because of that very fact.
In fact, it's probably smart that they're getting a Marvel director to direct these things.
Or the Marvel writers?
Yes, because now people are going to be like, oh, it's Marvel, it's okay. Even though it's DC.
Maybe. We'll see.
Or if it's bad, people will say, oh, DC turned them into this. It'll be great. I'm excited for the tweets now.
It's the Joe Whedon thing all over again. Except they're way better than Joe Whedon. I never want Joe Whedon. I trust them way more. And I don't think I've seen a movie that they've directed ever. So give them a shot. Give these two young up and coming writers.
We will see. We will be there. We will see it.
So that's pretty awesome for all of us fans of the Marvel Universe, fans of the DC Universe. And it looks like even this year, because of all the different announcements that they've made, let's go ahead and do a quick breakdown of the 2018 comic book film lineup.
So the first one we have coming out February 16th is Black Panther from Disney. Is that one we're going to see?
I'm not going to go see it. You can go see it if you'd like. That's also the movie that I've been crucified for saying, no, I'm not going to go see it. Why? Why don't you want to see it? Why? So I've never read a Black Panther comic. I have no interest in it. I actually talked about it on the guest spot while you were away. I don't know if you heard that show while you were recovering, but that was one in which I had no interest in the character. In Civil War, he wasn't developed much. He was tacked on. Civil War has a lot of issues, and that's why it's my least favorite of the 3 Captain America movies, but it's still in my top 5 because it is such a well-made movie. The fighting, the production, all of that. It's really solid, but there's a lot of things in that movie that simply didn't work for me, and one of those is Black Panther. So I'm glad people are excited to see it. Go, have fun. It's just not for me. It's not something that I even have anything really negative to say because I haven't seen it and I can't. But if it's good and you guys like it, have at it.
Did you see the shirt that somebody made for that movie?
No, not yet.
It says Rwanda. Rwanda, is that where they're from? Whatever.
Wakanda? Rwanda is a real country, though.
Okay, Wakanda.
Rwanda.
What is that? Is that a song?
Yeah, when I worked at AMC, there was a movie that involved the country Rwanda, and it had a theme song that they used to play over the AMC tunes. So whenever I cleaned the bathrooms, you can really hear the radio, you can hear the soundtrack for AMC. And one of them was the Rwanda, and I'd always sing the Rwanda, Rwanda. It was so every time I hear Rwanda, I think of that song.
Okay, well, I gotta look this song up. Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Somebody made a shirt that says Wakanda is not a shithole country. So people on my Facebook are like, I'm wearing this to the premiere when I go see it. All right.
Something that someone pointed out today was that people are acting like this is the very first black superhero movie, like, good for Black Panther. It's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, Blade? Did we forget about all 3 Blade movies? What's happening?
Aw, well, it's because it's Disney, it's Marvel. It's
there
it's
you
like
go.
when Princess and the Frog came out.
That's right.
That was a huge thing. Granted, it was the first black Disney princess, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but again, let us know how it is. We won't be seeing it. Also, same with the next one, actually. On May the 4th be with you.
Ooh.
Avengers Infinity War. It's also the week, right? It's the week of Free Comic Book Day.
Ooh.
Marvel always brings out one of their movies in that week.
I'm surprised they didn't wait for the Star Wars movie until then. That would have been perfect.
For May the 4th?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely like a marketing thing where a certain weekend is what they have planned moving forward with Star Wars, and I don't think it's enough for them because it's not an official Disney holiday of May the 4th be with you. It's just something that people themselves made it up.
We did.
So the Infinity War coming out the same week as Free Comic Book Day is going to be big. There you heard Leo. He's like, Infinity War. That'll be May 4th and also coming from Disney. Again, let us know how it is. We didn't like the other Avengers movie, so we won't be seeing this one.
Next on the list on May 18th, we have Deadpool 2 from Fox.
Big one is Cable and Domino are going to be the additions to Deadpool 2. And as we know, Deadpool will continue on the Disney brand and Disney side of the Marvel Universe.
Somehow.
Although I don't expect them to cross over, as I've been saying before, with the MCU characters. It'll just be published. Disney will make money. And that is it.
This next one is one that I'm actually excited for. On July 17th, we have Teen Titans Go to the Movies. This is from Warner Brothers Animation.
It's gonna bank. I'm telling you guys, this
Yeah.
movie is gonna bank. As much as you know, it's not my Teen Titans that I grew up with.
You're still going to go see it. Be chance.
Probably not. They're probably not gonna see it, but that's fine. It's not for them. It's not for people that grew up with the older show, and it's for the kids, the millions of kids that are keeping that show on the air, keeping the show on multiple show times on that channel on Cartoon Network, for the ratings that are constantly hitting and hammering that show because it's doing incredibly well. Teen Titans Go, that has changed the other DC animation shows to fit that format of the 15-minute one episode, 15-minute the second episode, which, as we've seen with the Justice League action show, it works. They can put in enough story, enough entertainment, enough comedy in that 13-minute block as you can in the 30 minutes. Now, granted, you can take more your time with more setup and as atmospheric, like we saw in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, the setting. But in this case, it's a different time, it's a different show, and it still works. You got to look at this as entertainment. You got to look at it as storytelling, as production, as quality, and all of it still fits in that 13 minutes. It'd be a different story if it were just junk foodie television.
Right. And I can see why people don't like it, why they say, oh, well, it's not my Teen Titans. I get it. But they're still taking the same core that they had. They're just mixing it up for the audience that they have now. They're making it lighter. We've seen episodes that we really enjoy. The one where Cyborg turns into an 80s music video is one of my favorite episodes. Or when Trigon, like they're in a sitcom and Trigon's the funny dad in a sweater. There's some, really great memorable moments in that show that we've really enjoyed.
I think the other thing that has helped that is Dan Hipp. We've been following for years, like years before he even started doing Teen Titans Go.
We liked him before he was cool.
But when he started putting out like, hey, I'm going to work on Teen Titans Go, we're like, holy shit, what is this? And then we actually watch the episodes and you see the backgrounds that he worked on, that he's created. And we immediately recognize his art style. We're like, that's fucking Dan Hipp right there. And when his like Tumblr and Instagram all changed to, Warner Brothers Animation. I don't know if it was like director or whatever it says. We're like, this is amazing that this guy has this amazing gig now and it's blown up for him. This is his life. It's Teen Titans Go. And then if not, he still has that amazing artwork that he can forever produce that got us, following him before Teen Titans Go. So to me, I think that's an extra layer of that's amazing. It's someone that we saw grow into that and now is, in the big leagues.
Next up on our comic book list of movies, on October 5th, we have Venom from Sony.
Tom Hardy,
Yes.
the whole reason we're going.
The only reason we're going.
And Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he's there too.
Are you excited to see Venom?
For Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. Well, we'll see how the rest of it is.
Yeah, one of the things they said is that they want to make it as accurate to the comic books. One of the producers said it recently as they shared the first on-set photo, and it's just Tom Hardy in his reporter gear. It just looks like Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like they are trying to go with the Lethal Protector storyline from the 90s, and we are going to get classic Venom. We're going to get another take on the character, another try that people love, that I sell comics to simply because Venom is in a certain issue.
Right.
So to me, like, I like the profit side of it.
I seem to remember you liking Venom for a while, too.
I don't remember this.
I feel like some of your older comic boxes have Venom all over it.
Oh, they do. Absolutely. They have these. When I was a kid, my brother and I, we printed out these, like, mutual murals of characters. And this is back when I think it was still Microsoft Word. If not, it was another processor specifically
Paint?
for Windows, where, you would copy and paste an image and splat it on there. So we would just say, okay, who's your favorite character? He has all the Venom comics. I don't have any.
Oh, so it's your brother. Blame it on your brother. I see how it is.
If he likes Venom, he likes Venom. But like we would say, okay, name your character. He liked Ghost Rider a lot too, Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have those images on the comic boxes. But that's how long that long box has lasted, where I still have those images on there. I did like Spider-Man, so Venom was in that. I love Ultimate Spider-Man. It was awesome. I know most people grew up with the McFarlane stuff, and I did have one or two issues as a kid, but Ultimate Spidey is what I really dove into and read every month as it released.
Well, then I'm sure your brother will be excited to see this movie, too.
On November 2nd is Dark Phoenix from Fox.
Oh, okay.
Latest entry in the X-Men series, and a lot of people are suspecting that this might be the one that ends the X-Men universe before Disney. Some people are saying, well, they have to end it in some way before it goes over to Disney. It's like, well, they don't have to do anything. Like, this could just be a regular movie about the Phoenix, and it just ends, and they never make one again. Like, this doesn't have to be anything. So I don't know where people get that.
It has to be the end of the universe. We have to see it.
It's just, people are funny. And also this year, at the very end, I hope you all go see it.
Yes.
My movie on December 21st.
Yes.
I know you guys, I didn't like Justice League, so I apologize. There's only so much to that me and my stunt double Jason Momoa could do. So again, if you enjoyed it, great. But Aquaman is coming out late this year, December 21st, from Warner Brothers, the only live-action DC movie. The other one, of course, being Teen Titans Go on the animation side.
We were invited to the premiere. We will probably not be going. There's just Leo and
the podcast, of course.
Yes,
but Jeff will be going for us, so he can let us know how it's going.
So thank you, Jeff. Leo's upset that we're not going. What do you mean we're not going to premiere, Mom?
Look, Uncle Jeff will let us know.
Uncle Jeff. He's looking at you now like, what are you talking about, Dad? Uncle Jeff who?
Yeah, he's getting upset.
Oh no, he's real angry. Is it milk time?
Nah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know. He's mad about something. We're gonna hear it in just a second.
On to the comic book side of things. Marvel Comics has announced that starting on January 2019, it will regain the publishing rights to Conan the Barbarian.
Wow, that's pretty big.
It's another loss for Dark Horse, unfortunately. And I like Dark Horse, but Conan was published many years ago through Marvel from 1970 to 2000, which then the publishing rights were transferred or sold to Dark Horse Comics.
We have a great quote here from C.B. Cebulski that I'm trying to read to you, but I am holding a baby in one hand and feeding him with the other. So I'm going to pass this over to you, Daniel.
The quote here reads, "From Barry Windsor Smith to John Buscema to Neil Adams, a legendary lineup of amazing artists brought Conan to life in the pages of Marvel Comics. It's a legacy we're now going to live up to with the talent we have lined up for the Chimerian Barbarian's homecoming in early 2019, end quote.
Neil Adams worked on it?
Neil Adams has worked on a lot of everything.
So you better believe if you want that signed, it's going to be $50 next year.
Just wait till it's $70 next year like Stan Lee. Jesus Christ, Neil. Jesus Christ.
Accusations!
Now, Stanley's cheaper now than Neil Adams after those accusations.
Accelerators.
No creative teams or titles were announced under the new or the regaining of Marvel Conan the Barbarian books.
I enjoyed what they did with him recently with Red Sonja.
And Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was okay. We dropped that one. But I enjoyed it. We'll see what Marvel does with it. Hopefully something good.
That's where Red Sonja, we own the first appearance of Red Sonja, which was in a Conan the Barbarian book.
Did Neil Adams work on that one?
No.
Because we can't get that signed. Because it'll be $100 next year.
Word of advice, Brokettes, if you've ever meet Neil Adams, if you're spending a good amount of money on him in his booth, he will be very nice to you.
If you're not, he will not.
He will not be very... Nope, not at all. So I know at first we were like, God damn it, that sucks. The co-creator of Ra's al Ghul, but now it's just become this giant joke, like that fucking Neil Adams guy.
Look, he's got to pay for things. He's got to pay the bills. So
I guess so. I don't know if he's not making money off of Ra's al Ghul or any other characters that he's created over the years, but so be it. I mean,
it seems like DC is pretty good at paying people.
Oh yeah,
for their characters. So I can't believe that he's not making money off Ra's anymore.
Right, but it also depends on the whatever contract he filled. But again, it's Neil Adams. Even from back then, he was very good about lawyering up and getting the right contract for the characters that he wanted.
Wasn't he on the forefront helping the creators of Superman? Was that Neil Adams?
Yes, that was him.
So yeah, he knew what he was doing. Please, he's got contracts all over the place.
So continuing forward, we've been wondering about Brian Michael Bendis, where he's going to show up. What book is DC Comics going to give him? So according to comicbook.com, Action Comics number 1000,
whoa,
which will probably be one of the most sold Superman books since the death of Superman. He will be doing a backup story in that book.
I was like, whoa, you guys are just right off the bat. Like, yes, here you go. And backup story.
A lot of DC fans are pretty upset because they're like, how come he can just waltz right in and do a story in Action Comics number 1000 when he hasn't even done a run of Action Comics in the past? He hasn't really been a part of that.
Would you like to know?
Yeah, tell us.
Because he sells books.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but they could put anyone... I could have done a backup story in Action Comics number 1000. You could have done one, and then Leo could have done a third one, and that could have been Action Comics
Leo's
1000.
would have been the best comic ever.
And it still would have sold the same amount. Like, they really don't need Bendis' name on that book to sell it.
Just let him do what they want. Whatever.
Like, that is one thing, though. It'll probably be a hell of a story because he's had years of being away from DC, that he probably has a Superman story that he's wanted to tell. Every one of those writers that have been on the opposite side of the publishing for many years always have, like, Scott Snyder, for example, and Greg Capullo, they've said, I've always wanted to work on Captain America, and I have a Captain America story. And then on Brian Michael Bendis' side, when he romanticized the idea of, this is why I decided to sign up for DC, and we all knew it was really the money, but he said that he wanted to write Superman, and he knew he hadn't conquered the mountain that is Superman, the Man of Steel.
So he's been festering this story for years.
Right, and a lot of these writers, they don't just focus on, okay, well, I'm writing Spider-Man, so that's all I'm going to do. They have these ideas from the stuff they're constantly thinking and creating. So I'm sure he has his own story that he's wanted to tell.
Yeah, I started like 14 fanfics and never finished any of them.
See, so you know exactly how Bendis feels.
I do. I actually, okay, fun fact about Kelli. This is a weird story, but I'm going to tell it. So I used to lay in bed and think about my fanfics, right? When I would write them. Just before I would go to bed, I'd be like, okay, and then this is going to happen. So I have one that I worked on so much that when I can't sleep, I actually think about it and it puts me to sleep.
That's weird because I figured that thinking about it would make you continue.
Nope.
On the story.
Because and I do, but because I thought about it so much, so often when I was going to sleep and I would fall asleep thinking about it, now my mind is just like, oh, you're thinking about it? Okay, time to go to bed.
Interesting.
So when my mind is racing, that's what I think about and I fall asleep.
What is it based on? Like, you don't have to tell us the story, but which property is it based on?
It's a Zatara story.
Okay.
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Gotcha.
And it started out as like I was an original character in it, because that's what you do when you're, 15. You put yourself in every story, and you
Right.
expect people to like them, but only your friends like it. And then over the years, I've been like, all right, I can't do that anymore. So now it's Katara and Zuko. Works out much better.
So who is actually going to be doing the artwork to Bendis' story, Kelly?
The one, the only, not as good as Dustin Nguyen, but Jim Lee.
Jim Lee himself will be doing the artwork to Brian Michael Bendis. So two big names on the DC side. Quite the marriage there as he transitions from Marvel over to DC.
I'm excited for this. I get that it's 1,000 and, why are we putting it? No, I'm going to read it. And it's going to be great.
Everyone's going to buy it. Everyone's going to be looking for it. And it's going to be a forever seller book.
And then in 20 years from now, people will say, how much will you give me for this? Just like the death of Superman.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, $2? Yeah, it's if you're purely buying Action Comics number 1000 because you plan on reselling it in 50 years,
don't.
You're not gonna you'll make the money based on inflation. So it's only because inflation has gone up that the book will be worth, maybe $15 in 20 years. But if you're buying it for the fact of, I want to own Action Comics number 1000 because it's number 1000, think about it, 80 years of Superman, 80 years of Action Comics. Awesome reason. Buy Action Comics number 1000.
It would be a great book too. So like for Leo, we get it, we bag it up, and then in a bunch of years we say, look, this is awesome.
I think it is the first book to reach 1,000 issues, and this is another reason why Marvel decided to do the legacy numbering to the Marvel books, so that one day they can hit Amazing Spider-Man number 1000.
So that we can catch up to DC.
Well, what's funny is they're not doing quite as well on the comic book side, so it is, as we've said in the past, a flip-flop of the companies. But we like the comics. That's where they can take more liberties on the storytelling, and that is really where all of these other things like the TV show and the movies get their ideas and their storytelling and their inspiration from, is from the floppies, is from the comics, the lifelong,
floppies.
ever-living. That's what they used to call single issues, the floppies.
Oh, I was thinking floppy disks. I'm like, who the hell is using floppy disks?
Much older than floppy
Do
disks.
you remember? Rabbit trail, here I go. Do you remember when floppy disks, like if you had a 500 megabyte floppy disk, that was a big deal?
I don't.
I remember when you never used floppy disks?
We used floppy disks, but not the bigger ones. Like we just, whatever was cheapest, again, because
Because why? Because why, Dan?
because I'm brown.
Listen, I had a hand-me-down floppy disk, okay? So take that. No, I remember 500 megabit floppy disk was a big thing, and then the 2 gig flash drive. You gave me my first 2 gig flash drive, I remember. That was a big deal.
I did?
Yes, you did. And
I remember that.
I was like, oh, damn, I'm never going to fill up this flash drive. And now my phone has 32 gigs and I'm running out of memory. It's because I took 7,000 pictures of your child this month.
That's right. Got to back them all up, though.
Listen, I'm trying. But he's just so cute.
So before we move on to our Patreon shoutouts of the week, the last bit of this Brian Michael Bendis story, Action Comics number 1000, when is it coming out? People are going to be asking.
April.
It's going to be in April to coincide with Superman's 80th anniversary, so it should be in next month's previews
That
catalog.
old man.
And if you don't know what the previous catalog is, and you have a subscription at your comic shop, they're normally $3.99. It's like a Christmas catalog. They're super thick. It has
like the
every
Christmas
single
Toys R Us catalog.
Right,
or
but you get
Sears.
You get it every single month instead, and it's full of comics, it's full of t-shirts, it's full of Funko Pops, action figures, statues, everything coming out 2 to 3 months from now and beyond. And it comes out once a month, and this is where comic shops do their ordering from.
Mm-hmm.
So we all look at, we look at the catalog page by page, and we go once a month, okay, should we order this? How many do we order? Okay, how many people are down for it? Okay, let's order this amount plus this many for the stands. So it's a more accurate way if you do get the previous catalog and you submit orders through it every month. It's an accurate way for shops to make sure that they can also order enough for when the book finally comes out. Because I know one of the most common things is people will add a book the week of release or a day before even sometimes, where it's like, oh man, well now nothing's going to hit the stands because 8 people just added it because they saw that it was releasing tomorrow. But the more educated that all readers are, the better that the ordering can be done, and also that books can be more guaranteed when they actually release, because a lot of those books, as we mentioned in the Peter Samedi interview when he was on for Alternate Comics, comic shops won't get some of the smaller independent books unless readers ask for them. And if, 7 readers are asking for that indie book, it's like, okay, well, maybe we should carry it on the stands. And that's how books gain traction, and that's how they continue, and that's how they don't get canceled. So on the independent side especially, it's super important that you let your comic shop know that you want these books months ahead of time.
There's also, like you mentioned, more things in there. Not just comics. So like you said, t-shirts, they have pops, they have different statues and figures. And typically comic shops can order these for you too, where they normally wouldn't have gotten them otherwise. So for example, we got these great Beauty and the Beast statues a few years ago that we found in previews that we ordered through the local comic shop because it was in previews and they could get it. So a bunch of really cool stuff. Every month you bring this huge book home and you spend an hour going through it, and you always show me a page and you're like, do you want this? And my internal self struggles. Do I want to spend money on this? Or do I need to buy my child diapers and formula? and that is my struggle. Hopefully our brokettes do not have the same struggle and they can look through previews and purchase everything they want.
You just reminded me about your inner struggle, and we didn't include it in the show notes, and I completely forgot. The Pikachu 2DS XL and the Detective Pikachu game and the Detective Pikachu amiibo. They are coming out. We are getting the Detective Pikachu game in North America, Kelly.
But how much is it?
The Detective Pikachu game, I believe, is $39.99.
And how much is the 2DS?
The 2DS is $159.99.
Okay, how many boxes of diapers is that?
2.
Not 2. It's a lot
I'm sorry,
more
I'm thinking
than
of formula. 1 box of formula and 3 boxes of diapers.
If you're getting a box and not just a tin of formula, maybe.
So to anyone that hasn't seen this new 2DS that they are bringing out to North America, what does it actually look like?
A Pikachu, and it's raised, and it's got his little cheekies and his little nose, and it's all yellow. It actually looks a lot like the 3DS. Mm-hmm. It's the same design, except it's raised. It's not all flat. And it's so cute, and I love it, but I don't play my DSs. I got 2 Pikachu 3DSs, 2 of them, and I don't play either right now.
You got to go for 3, even as a collector. Just the trifecta.
Maybe.
The Triforce of Pikachu.
And then someday
I
could sell all 3 of them together.
You wouldn't sell them.
I wouldn't sell them, please.
You would not sell them.
No, my child will end up playing with them and get his nasty chocolate fingers all over it, and I'll love them anyway.
That's one thing I do keep hearing from collectors at the shop is, yeah, I used to get single issues, but then, I had kids, and now I just get the trade paperback because the issues they're not gonna make it. They'd get destroyed. And that, I've heard that about 17 times now in the history of the time that I've been working at the comic shop. So that makes me very, very worried for my collection when Leo grows up to the point where he can go snooping around in different rooms and going through comic store and destroying shit, because as we said before, boys like to destroy shit.
They do. They fuck shit up. Mm-hmm. That's what we said. Okay, there are these cool things called locks on doors.
I don't know. You don't think we're gonna forget once, and he's gonna go and open up our action figures or go through the comics? Do
I think that you will forget? No, you will not forget.
So it's gonna be on you then.
When do I ever go in your comic room?
Then who's gonna forget? Ace?
Nobody.
Is Ace gonna forget to lock that door?
That's why we lock the door, and then we don't have to worry about him tearing your stuff up.
All right.
I am concerned for your glass cases.
I'm very concerned about my glass cases and the statues in there. And I'm concerned about the PS4 and the Switch when we do get one. I'm concerned about a lot of things. About my Pokemon cards that are in a binder that are toddler high. I'm concerned about those.
Okay, so we can't move them?
It's there's gonna be something's gonna get fucked up. I know something big's gonna get fucked up.
Well, yes, that's going to happen. I'm sure I fucked up plenty of my parents' things.
Jesus Christ!
You don't
as a collector though, it's a much bigger deal.
You don't think you fucked up some of your parents' things?
I probably did, but again, this is not like they had collectors' cards or collectors' comic books or collectors' statues. I feel like there's way more at stake right now because I do work at a shop and because I have collected a lot of things, so there's a bigger risk. I think. Yeah, raising him will be a big part of that, but there's going to be a period in which his age is just going to be, he's not going to you can't reason with a child, you know?
Well, it's like, I'm not going to get into it. We could go on forever. Terrible 2s are coming.
All right,
He's going to
we'll
be
see.
scooting in his Batmobile soon.
Yeah, I've heard stories from Brian's wife, Meg, and she's in the no stage, and it's like, oh man, it's coming for me. It's a coming. It's gonna get me.
And you will look back in 10 years and miss those years.
Maybe.
It'll be like the Neil Adams story where it sucked at the time and afterwards we're like, and then you went and ran into Dad's glass case.
That's why you have stitches.
Aw, Leo.
So with that, let's head into our Patreon shout-out of the week.
This week, our first shout-out goes out to Brian, who is at BrianSchaub1 on Twitter.
He recently picked up the Never to Be Printed Again by Marvel Iron Man Demon in a Bottle trade paperback. The one where Iron Man is goofily flying around drunk, like, whoa, crashing into things. It's a pretty funny story.
I feel like I've made this joke before about Christina Aguilera. Have I done that?
You have. Yep. Demon in a Bottle.
That's all I think of now.
It is a good story, though. Like, it really is.
It was a good song.
It's Tony Stark. He can't handle his liquor. That's all it is. He can't handle his liquor.
Well, neither could Robert Downey Jr., so.
Among other things. Not just his liquor.
Which, by the way, there's no accusations against him.
No, not yet.
We're waiting.
There will be.
I'm waiting.
I'm sure there will be. Brian, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you so much, Brian. We just did Brian. Christian on Twitter, at Rocketman_131.
Christian was our winner of the Deathstroke The Terminator Volume 3 giveaway, so congratulations.
That's right. We're going to do another trade paperback giveaway very soon, so Thank you so much, Christian, for your Patreon support, and congratulations.
And finally, our last shout-out goes out to the mysterious Redmans.
Redmans, who is probably also followed by Jeff Johns on Twitter.
Yes.
And also probably followed by Stan Lee.
I bet Redmans is Jeff Johns.
Ooh, could be. He's that mysterious. He could be anyone.
Anyone.
He could be you, listener.
Whoa.
Probably is one of you, listener.
He could be me.
Could be you,
but
actually.
He's not me. So I've just solved that. He should be on Unsolved Mysteries. Can we call that guy and get him to discover who Redmans is? And then on this date, he was a Patreon backer. Do 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 do.
That's not the Unsolved Mysteries. So I don't know what that was.
I couldn't remember. I want him. So there's always 2 mysteries per episode. There has to be aliens on the other half of the episode.
The very last story was always the supernatural one.
Yes.
And as a kid, I don't know why I watched Unsolved Mysteries as a kid, but I loved it.
Oh man, I loved it.
I don't know what attracted my child brain to like this old guy talking about mysteries, the recreations.
His voice was very calming.
That's true. It was very calming, very straightforward.
And then on the Wednesday night in 1990,
no matter what he said, he never changed his tone or emotion.
Police got a mysterious phone call.
Yeah. And then these 2 men came, and they took the alien body away. It's always the exact. It's like, can you sound more like
years
scared
later?
Or something?
Update. Years later, he stumbled back after seeing our program. That's what it always was. We received 14 calls,
and thanks to you,
we discovered who Redmans really was.
Oh man, I love Unsolved Mysteries. Love that. What was it on Hulu that we were watching it on, catching up? So great.
We're
gonna
watch
more
it again.
Maybe that's something you can fall asleep to next. Is Unsolved Mysteries.
No, it's got to be Magic School Bus. I've only seen each episode 4 times.
They're gonna take it off of Netflix one day.
Magic School Bus.
And you're gonna be like one of those angry parents that Alex was talking about.
I'm not gonna be angry, but you better be buying those DVDs so fast you don't even know.
All right.
That is the only thing I can get him to fall asleep to in the afternoon.
Have you tried Doctor Strange yet? Like, you still have to try Doctor Strange.
He probably would fall asleep pretty fast.
So there we
go. He loves his school bus. If he gets fussy in the car, I start singing School Bus, and he's like, "Oh, school bus."
It's a good memory trigger there.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like your fanfic thing. We also want to give huge thanks to decalavenue.com for the help at the $5 decal reward tier. So huge thanks again. Check out the decals at decalavenue.com.
We also have this great new thing. We've been talking about it for weeks where all of you can leave us a voicemail. It's 30 seconds? 30 seconds?
90 seconds. 90 seconds or less.
Whoa, 90 seconds or less. There is a link in the description. You can click on speakpipe.com.
Slash the reasons I'm broke.
Slash the reason. There's slashes in there. You can go over there, leave us a 90-second comment, review, grocery list. I like recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I got a meal plan now. It really sucks. So go over there, leave us something, and we might feature you on the show.
There's a link in the description of today's episode, and it's going to be in all the episodes moving forward, so definitely use the link. Like, it's there. Brokehead Core hasn't used it, I don't think, since Neil and Bobby were the last two that used it, so it's there. Like, if you want to be heard on the podcast, now's your chance. Submit a question. We'll feature it on the show.
You also had something brand new that just went up this week.
Yes, so we put up two new... one of them is a return of a design, but new to TeePublic. We have got a TeePublic storefront shop, and I did say next time there's a $14 sale, we will put up another design on the storefront for TeePublic. So it hit, I was checking it every couple of days, and I saw on TeePublic 14-hour sale for the next 24 hours. I said, all right, as promised, here you go. So we put up the quality podcast design that we had previously. Mm-hmm. So that is up on TeePublic. But we also have the brand new design to Kingdom of Hearts. You can wear Kingdom of Hearts. The Kingdom of Hearts t-shirt.
Sounds like fake news.
It sounds like an awesome t-shirt that people should at least check out. It's on teepublic.com/thereasonsimmbroke. Also a link in today's episode description. And if you buy a t-shirt on there, you will also be supporting the podcast, and you can wear Kingdom of Hearts across your chest.
I don't even know what that is. I think you misspelled Kingdom Hearts.
All I'm saying is people were telling you to wear it, Palpa Kelli.
Yeah, and when did I say that I would wear it?
On goal number 8 for
Patreon goal number 8. I will wear that shirt, and I will take a picture of myself
and
in
you said you would call it Kingdom of Hearts.
I said that I would say those words.
You said you would call it, would it be moving forward you would call it that?
If we get to Patreon goal number 8, yes.
Jesus.
Absolutely.
That's how much she doesn't think we'll ever get to Patreon goal number 8.
Never. You
underestimate our Patreon core.
I'm going to revise that. We have to be at Patreon goal number 8 for 3 months straight.
Jesus.
Because I don't want
I
don't want all the patrons just to be like, yeah, let's just all chip in our money and get to goal number 8 and then pull it back out the next month. No. You have to be a Patreon goal number 8 for 3 months straight. And then I will wear the shirt and say the words. Until then, it's fake news. I have a Kingdom Hearts story now too. You're just reminding me of all the things I do during my week. So somebody, right after 2018, posted on Facebook, never give up on your dreams. And people were commenting with what their dreams were. And I put that Kingdom Hearts 3 will come out in my lifetime.
That is a dream. That is a lofty dream.
And I got the most likes. So I was proud of myself.
To cap off the t-shirt portion, there are also other designs that are available. More designs than we've ever had in the show's history. So as promised, there will be another new design that goes up at the next $14 TeePublic sale. So if you see it before us, let us know, because we might miss it, and then we'll have to wait for the next one.
Are you working on my ugly sweater for next year?
I shouldn't I?
Yes, you should.
I'm actually not. Again, I actually did try to work on it the week that you had mentioned that on the podcast. I'm not talented enough to make like all those intricate little ugly sweater design things. I can't do it. Like, I can't do that pixelated, because I was going to do one with Starmies, and like I had a whole thing, like a little concept already built, and like pixelated microphones, and I can't do it. I really can't.
You can. I believe in you. You have time.
I'm not going to, I don't know. I guess we have a year, but the last thing I do want to talk about, and it's something that also affected friend of the show. He's been a guest on the podcast for several episodes already, and it affected Mr. Purple Swordfish. And you can head on over to purpleswordfish.com, and it will take you straight to his YouTube channel. He's also a Patreon backer, so you've heard him on the show before. But he was also affected by this new YouTube change to the monetization. So the background story to this is their advertisers did get upset at some of their ads being attached to videos that had copyright protection on it, that were explicit, that were controversial, that might have had illegal content on it. And of course, they got backlash from viewers and from people in their own company who said, why are our ads playing before this terrible video? It is a negative correlation between us and the company and the video and everything. So they put some heat on YouTube and said, you need to fix this in some way. You need to make some changes. So what YouTube did, and whether or not it's a good thing, I'll leave that up to all of you, but they made it much more difficult, or they made it much stricter to get monetization on your channel for your videos. So for example, before, I think there was a video minimum. There were certain requirements. They weren't as heavy as they are now, to where you could monetize your videos. Now, your videos still had to meet the guidelines of being, content free, as far as like you couldn't have murders on there, or nudity, or sex, or anything like that. So it had to follow all of those. Your original content would get commercials before it, in spite of, maybe not having, in this case, what they need now is 1,000 subscribers minimum. Well, on top of needing the 1,000 subscribers, you also need to have 4,000 hours of views from your viewers, from your subscribers, from people on YouTube in the last 12 months. So it has to maintain that number. So what they effectively did with these restrictions is a lot of the smaller channels like ours, and a lot of the medium channels like Purple Swordfish, now they don't get monetization. Now we don't get monetization. And our end, it wasn't that much. But as we said before, every little bit helps. So unfortunately, because of this YouTube change, our friend Purple Swordfish and our channel on YouTube no longer has monetization. So moving forward, it really is just Patreon and the t-shirts for our very realistic monthly costs for the podcast, which, because of you guys, because of people on Patreon, because of the listeners that do buy the t-shirts, we can have the alphonic audio, which you are enjoying now, the leveled out audio that we didn't have back in number, 01 through 100, 200, whatever it was. And because of you guys, we had our Skype guests when Kelli was away on maternity leave, which otherwise would have probably been either weeks of no show, or just me by myself on the show, and then possibly whoever could come over, maybe guesting on the show. Which I still say, thank our Patreon broquettes for the fact that we did have 5 to 6 to 7 episodes of guests while you're away on maternity leave.
If you ever have to do a show by yourself again, can you please get very bland like those first few? And here I am on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, number 349.
Maybe for April Fools. I've always wanted, I don't want to spoil it, but I do want to put out an episode where it's I'm not going to say it. I might use it. In the future. So I want to bring it out and surprise everyone. What the hell? What is this? And then for people that it's their first episode, they're like, yeah, that's pretty good. I agree. And then when they come back next week, hold on a second. This is not the show I subscribe to. But it is all Patreon. It is all TeePublic moving forward. As far as helping with the cost, as we said last week, we're not breaking even on this. It's still an out cost for us, but because of our Patreon backers, it does help on that, monthly blow that we do have for the podcast. So huge thanks to all of our Patreon backers. If you haven't yet, please consider backing us on patreon.com/thereasonsimebroke for just $1 a month. You get your shout out every single month, and you get the episodes days early sometimes. You get a special RSS feed that you dump right into your favorite podcatcher, and automatically you do it once, and we will get the episodes out early and downloaded to your phone, to your favorite device, whatever it may be, when they release.
You also get entered in special drawings like we just had with Deadpool the Terminator. Come with me if you want to live.
That's true. Wait, okay.
I mean, whoever.
The original, yes, the first one.
That one book. So yes, you do get entered in those special drawings to win stuff as well. But of course, like we say every week, the podcast will always be free. Yes, it is an outcost for us, but it's an outcost that we enjoy. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Best thing you can do is let other people know about us. Reach out to us on Twitter. Let us know what you want to hear more of, what you enjoy about the show. And leave us a review on iTunes. We're trying to fix that rating. I didn't leave us a review this week.
Next review is review number 30, the big 30.
Oh, do they get a special prize?
They get to be the big 30 because we're doing Patreon. Every now and again we do a Patreon giveaway, so that's our giveaway. But review number 30, everyone. Let's see who ends up being review 30. Might be Kelli.
Do they get a special prize? Is the prize some chocolate chip cookies?
Yes. It's a Chips Ahoy.
All right, there I am. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Rigging the system, Kelli. Emperor.
I want some cookies, okay? So whatever I got to do to get those cookies, it'll happen.
This is to balance the universe from this YouTube debacle. So with that, let's head into our comic book highlight of the week.
This week's book, like we said in the very beginning, is Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles, number 1 of 6.
This is written by Mark Russell, who previously worked on the Flintstones. Definitely check it out. It is out on trade paperback, both volumes. Art by Mike Feehan, who I believe this is his first DC work, so that's pretty awesome. And colors by Paul Mounts, who previously has colored for Harley Quinn.
Did you ever watch the Snagglepuss cartoon?
I did not, so while I wasn't lost on this, I do feel like I missed out on some references reading it, but I still very much love this issue.
I really enjoyed it. Well, I did watch the cartoon, but very infrequently. So the only thing I remember is Snagglepuss. Like, that's how he spoke.
What was the gimmick to the cartoon?
I don't really remember. It was a very long time ago. I feel like all of those cartoons, the kind of gimmick was smashing people with a hammer, which isn't my thing.
Okay.
Which is probably why I don't remember it very well. Because like I said, I remember the character, but I don't really remember the cartoon. So it would be worth going back, maybe see if we can find some on the internet to watch an episode or two.
Right. And I think it would be worth doing because I don't know. With the Flintstones, it still felt like it came out of that same world. Not necessarily the content, but they still had like the animals that were the objects. He still went bowling. Like a lot of the elements were still there. And for this, I somehow don't think that the original Snagglepuss cartoon he was making out with other men.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
I don't know if he was
Human
a playwright
men.
in the other one. I don't remember. I really don't know much about the Snagglepuss cartoon. But in this case, the basic premise of it is he is a playwright. And he is an artist, and even the way it's written, it's incredibly fucking poetic. I love how poetic this comic is. Like, you can pick out 4 to 5 lines that you can forever put up as like an inspirational poster or, you know, whatever, and it'll stand well in the grand scheme of things. But the plot twist or the plot, the thing that comes up, and it's not a spoiler, but this is what the book's going to be about. It's about that communist witch hunt that happened, but what if it happened in the world of Snagglepuss, where they try to go after this playwright, and they're like, well, we didn't really have anything on him, and last time we put him on trial, he embarrassed the hell out of all of us, because he's a smart guy, you know, he's a brilliant fucking poet. But this time they have a new person in the head of this, and she's nailing people left and right for this communist thing, and she says, no, we got him for something this time. And it might be, you know, they're going into his personal life, and they're pulling from that. And that's where the story begins. This is what we're going to get from these 6 issues.
It's very good opening. Like you said, it's going to have some politics in it, but it is written very well. It takes you on a great journey, and we're really enjoying it so far.
I know issue 1 is already out of print. If your local comic shop has it, definitely pick it up from the shelves, because I don't know if they're going to do second prints on this one. I don't know how well it's sold. I know at our shop, we ordered up a little bit higher on it because it is Mark Russell, and you know, I figured like, yeah, I think people will buy it, and sure enough, you know, we did sell out after I think a week and a half.
That's awesome.
But that being said, I haven't heard a lot of buzz on Twitter or on Facebook, and I do think people should be reading Exit Stage Left. So if you can find the copy, definitely nab one up, because it is a very solid story, and Mark Russell I will follow on these books because we did get such an awesome 12-issue run on the Flintstones.
So with that, I think we will wrap up our podcast for the week. Leo was a great little host. I hope you enjoyed his little noises and baby farts. He took a nice nap. My hand fell asleep, so that was exciting.
So we do want to once again thank everyone. If this was your first episode, we hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope to see you next week. If you haven't yet, leave us a review on iTunes. Definitely helps. And other than that, just thank you so much for tuning in, for interacting with us. You can follow us on Twitter at Reasons I'm Broke, at Palpa Kelly, Facebook.com/The Reasons I'm Broke. And this week, tell a friend about the show. If you think they would enjoy it, if they're a big Batman the Animated Series fan, for example, let them know. You know, we talk a lot of DC. We talk a lot of Batman. If they read comics every month, let them know too. That would definitely help us out.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Daniel.
And Broke Het Core, all will be well.
See you next week.